Welcome back to Making It Fun with Michael Miller. My name is Heidi and we are now at part 4 of the 2025 fabric release. So if you've been following along, you know we have covered the first 15 lines in this release and we are on the final 4 for this video. So this one is Traditional Inspirations. These are 4 lovely groups that kind of lean towards more traditional prints, but at the same time give them a nice modern and fresh look. So without further ado, let's start with group number 1. So for group number 1, this one is called Embroidery Bloom. Got my little cheat sheet here for names because I cannot remember all of these names. So we're going to start with the stunning double border. I'm just going to fold it out halfway here so you can see it. And the whole inspiration of this group is hand embroidery done on fabric. So it gives you the look of hand embroidery without actually having to do all of the work. And so this double border is very, very nice that you can use a whole section of it. Honestly, I picture this like pajama bottoms or bell bottoms at the bottom of a cuff. That would look really, really cute. But it is a beautiful double border with all of the embroidery in it. From the double border, we are going on to the Embroidery Bloom stripe. Again, reiterating the beautiful embroidery on the indigo backgrounds, bringing in pop and color. And this is another stripe where you can use sections of it or you can use the whole stripe together. After the Embroidery Bloom stripe, we have the Patchwork Hug. This is the patchwork with all of the embroidery done into little squares. That one comes in multi and it comes in denim. The denim would be really fun to actually hand stitch with white thread all over, so that is an idea that you can do with this. The multi would be really cute if you just applique that directly onto a pair of jeans or onto a denim jacket. It would just give it a little bit of a pop. From the Patchwork Hug, we're moving on to the Woven Memories, and this one comes in 4 colorways. So we've got it in cream, and then we have it in multi, then we have it in denim, and we have it in charcoal. So this gives you 4 different looks with the same stitch design on there. So you can mix and match them or you can just focus on one colorway, but it does give you a lot of versatility by giving you the 4 colorways. From there, we're going to Threaded Illusion. This is the first of the quieter coordinates, and this one comes in 2 colors. It comes in grape and denim. Again, it still gives you that texture of denim as the background. It's added a little white stitch to it. I've been traveling and teaching sashiko, which is a Japanese embroidery. It looks similar to this, so you could just take white embroidery thread and practice your sashiko stitches on here. It could be a standalone project, which I think is a really fun thing to have a coordinate actually stand alone, as well as the beautiful major prints. From the Threaded Illusions, we're moving on to the boho wave. This is a smaller and a little more packed design, but again comes in the 4 colorways. So we have the denim, and we have the charcoal, and we have the cream, and then we have the multi. We can mix and match these with the bigger prints, with the double border, or with the stripe. They will all play nicely together, bringing in a lot of color and a lot of movement. From boho wave, we're going to go into indigo stitches. This is in the color Sprout. It's another one that you could do that sashiko stitching on, but it just brings in some teal. It kind of brings out the lightest of the greens that you see throughout the fabrics, but it gives your eye a place to rest. You can mix this in with any of those and it will act as a resting strip or a coordinate, or it could be a background. It would be a really stunning background with those patched on top of it. Finally, in this collection, we have one more print, but this is a much smaller, quieter print. This is called Urban Charm. It comes in cream and it comes in multi. So this is the Embroidery Bloom line. It is a beautiful line with a lot of color and a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with it once it hits stores next year. Following Embroidery Bloom is Poppy Fantasy. This is a lovely collection that I want to draw your attention to the free project on this title page because it's showcasing our first print, which we will jump right into here. This is the poppy border in cream. So for the quilt, we've used the double border and we've added another one of the basics, which I will show you here in just a minute, down the center, and then added Dresden plate blocks on top. So you can be sure I will be doing a Dresden plate tutorial for you really soon. So make sure you like and subscribe. From the double border, we are going to go to the Poppy Fantasy stripe in multi. I love this stripe because it shows the flowers in all different scales and different colors, creating a lot of movement and a lot of impact in a little piece of fabric. So from Poppy Stripe, we are going to go to Poppy Charm. Poppy Charm comes in two colors, charcoal and cream. This is a big, bold floral print. Those red poppies just jump right out and become the focus. And they are the showcase of the collection. From there, we're going to go to Poppy Paisley. This one comes in three colorways, charcoal, cream, and lemon. And it is a great piece of fabric all by itself, or you can mix and match it into the collection. This is a big and bold print with a lot of movement and a lot of color, no matter which colorway you pick. From there, we are going to go to the floating bloom. So this is the coordinate that we used in the free project that ran down the center. It's great that they give you the print that is in the middle of the double border, so you can purposely make that double border wider and use it to showcase applique in the middle. You could replace that with blocks and have the double border running down the side with pieced blocks, but I do love the way the quilt was designed using this fabric. From the floating blooms, we are going to go to the Paisley petals. This comes in cream and sailor. It is a beautiful coordinate. It's quiet, yet it has a lot of personality on its own, and it's bringing in the quieter colors of the collection so that you have something to break up all of those bright poppies. From Paisley Petals, we are moving on to Paisley Pathways. This again comes in two colorways. It's got the cream and the charcoal. This has got lots of color, lots of movement. It's very packed tight and gives you a print that you could use for block centers or in smaller areas, but still have a really big impact of color. From Paisley Pathways, we are going to go to the next quieter of the coordinates. This is the Blossom Trail. Blossom Trail comes in cream, lime, and sprout. This one was great for, you could use this as backgrounds, inner borders, resting strips, binding. This is a small toss of flower and vines, very tonal, very quiet. It helps break up some of the bigger, bolder prints. And then finally, we have Garden Whispers in Lipstick. I love the fact that they've included one red fabric. So this is a red fabric with little cream daisies on it. And it gives you control as to where you want to put red in your pieced blocks. It lets you add a splash of red wherever you want without it being part of a multicolored fabric. So that is Poppy Fantasy. This one is coming out also in 2026. It is a great collection if you are into florals or especially into poppies, and I can't wait to see it when it hits shelves next year. The next group is called Kamakura Sisters from Michael Miller Fabric, and that one has a panel that we are going to have all the fabrics kind of work around. So let me hold that one up for you. It's called Moonlit Kimonos. It's these two beautiful geisha girls in the night surrounded by blooms and fans, very colorful, very elegant. So this is the main panel for the group. It's a 24-inch panel, so it will fit a lot of the 24-inch patterns that you might find out there. So that is the panel. So after the panel, we are moving on to Floating Worlds. This is another just beautiful fabric in the line. This is the Geisha Girls just tossed with the flowers and blooms. And this one comes in both navy and in cream. Big, large print, can stand on its own. You could use it for a lot of different things. You could also use it as a wide border on your quilt, but it would also be the beautiful coordinate blocks to go with the panel. So you can have the panel in the middle and have these as big, large blocks in the corners. So that is Floating Worlds. Next up is the Kamakura stripe. Again, this has color and it has movement in here, but it's also quieter. It doesn't have all of the color palette in there, so you can use it and help balance some of the other ones that are a lot louder and a lot more colorful. You can use this as smaller stripes or a wide stripe, so it's nice to have the versatility of that with this. So that is Kamakura stripe. Following the Kamakura stripe are the feather fans. This one here is in black and this is in cream. This one also has gold overlay. You can see here in the fabric to give it some shimmer and shine. Big bold prints. This would be really fun in home dec or in clothing as well as in your quilt projects. So that is Whispering Fan. Following that, we have Sacred Leaf, which comes in straw and in spruce. These add a lot of movement with a little bit of color. So you can see there, it will definitely hold up to the brighter prints, but you could also use these just on their own. It's a great medium-sized coordinate to go with this collection. Next one is called Garden Grace. This is probably my favorite piece in the collection. It comes in cream and it comes in navy. This one does have a gold overlay on top of it as well to add that sparkle and richness to it. This is a nice medium to large size print that you could use as focal, or you could use it cut up into blocks. But I just like the elegance of having the touch of gold in the fabric. So that is Garden Grace. Following that is a much quieter coordinate as well. This is called Forest Fable. It comes in navy and in Luna, and this gives you another quieter piece to kind of offset the bright, brilliant fabrics that are already in the collection. And you can just use this in smaller bits. You can use it to border some of the blocks. The navy would be beautiful as your binding. So that is Forest Fable. And the final piece in this collection is Blossom Bond. This one also comes in cream and in navy. And as you can see, as we worked our way through the collections, the more colorful prints also got smaller in scale, so you can continue to carry the colors through your blocks no matter how big or small you need. Just pick the scale of print that works best for that area. So that is Kamakura Sisters by Michael Miller Fabrics. It's just a little bit of traditional Japanese style for you, and that would be the third group in this video. So we are now down to group number 4, aka last group of the 19 collections that we've gone through. So let me get that one for you and share it with you. So the final group we have in our video today and in the 2025 release total is called Crafternoon. This was designed by Bella and Boo Out to Play. It is a beautiful collection of children just being creative every which way. It embraces some retro colors and some retro style, but also gives it a modern, fresh take. So without further ado, let's jump into this group. So we are going to start with Let's Get Crafty. These are 5-inch blocks, and in each block you can see the kids are creating, whether it's crocheting and knitting or painting and drawing, or of our favorite, sewing. Every block is a little bit different, and it's a great one that you could use as individual blocks in a center of a bigger piece block, or you could cut 4 of them to make like a 12-inch block. Or you could just cut it in strips and do a really fun and easy strip quilt with the coordinates, because all the coordinates are adorable for this one. So from Let's Get Crafty, we are going to go to the Crafternoon stripe. This is another one that embraces all of the colors. You could throw it in that strip quilt I'm talking about, or you could use it as borders, or you could just cut parts of it and use them as smaller centers in blocks. From Crafternoon stripe, we are going to take a look at patchwork artwork. This would be great to cut as bigger blocks, because then it looks like you did all this micro piecing and this crazy quilting, and all you've done is cut a square of fabric. It pulls in the colors and the feel of the collection, and you could even go so far as to add a little embroidery to this one, so it does look like a crazy patchwork quilt. So it is very versatile as it is. You can put it in the front of the quilt or use it as your back. So from patchwork artwork, we are going to move on to cross stitch hearts. Here's another one. They've made those little X's on that heart to scale, so you could just go in and do a little cross stitch on each heart and it would add some texture and movement. This is such a fun little print with those squares, and you can use it. It's narrow enough to use as an inner border, or you can make it much wider. It's just very fun and very versatile. From there, we're going to Arts and Craft and Cream. This is the Tossed Kids with stars and hearts and dots. It's got a little bit bigger scale to it, and it does give you a piece that you could use for bigger parts of your quilt, or you could use for kids' clothes, garments, home decor in the nursery or in an art room. From Arts and Crafts, we are going to go over to... From Arts and Crafts, we are going to move on to Crafternoon. This is the kids creating and playing, but not with the dots, hearts, and stars in the background. So you get to have either you can have the print with a lot of movement, or you can have the more subtle print without all of that texture in the background. So they do give you both options in the group. From there, we're going to go to Crafty Kitties. This is just a bunch of mischievous kittens just playing with all of the yarn. It's a fun print to bring in their little sidekicks. The animals do play a part throughout the artwork, so it's nice to see that the kitties got their own billing. From Crafty Kitties, we are going to go to the colorful Rick Rack multi-stripe. I love a good stripe, and this is an excellent one. It's got movement, it's got color, it's smaller in scale. You can use it for blocks, you can use it for borders. But it would be a great binding on bias. It's just a fun stripe to include in the collection. From there, we're going to go to the one called Scribble. This is the hearts and stars and dots just pulled out and put on their own cream, that you could use this as your full background. You can use this as your just break from the busier prints. It's just a lovely coordinate that ties the whole collection together and gives you something to use for the background. From Scribble Cream, we are going to move on to Artsy Daisy. I love daisies. They're my favorite flower, and this fabric just totally speaks to me. It's a tone-on-tone daisy with the background, and then they give you that little splash of yellow for each flower. Again, it lets it work kind of as a tonal or solid, but does give you a little blast of color and movement. From Artsy Daisy, we are going to go to my favorite one of the group, because I used to have a pet bunny. This is called Let's Sew, and it comes in 3 colors: blush, lavender, and mint. And these bunnies are doing their dangdest to help her in the craft room, and they're just getting into all kinds of trouble on their own. It is a very sweet coordinate to have with the group. And so that wraps up Crafternoon by Bella and Boo Out to Play. So now that we have made it through the 4 groups in this video and the entire collection of 19 groups for the 2025 release, I would love to hear which one is your favorite in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified for the upcoming videos. The next couple videos, we're going to be finally jumping into sewing and creating some fun stuff. So I hope you will stay tuned and check it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!